Hello guys, it's Mickey. Welcome to my channel. And if you're just new to my channel, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time there's an upload coming from me. Well, I'm using the light in my room, and I told you guys now I have 6 bulbs, so you can see how bright it is. But then again, I got a better gadget. I got a camera. Since people have been complaining my camera is bad, my dad is this, but I'm yet to know about it, so I'm still using my old phone right now. But don't worry, by I think next video or next 2 videos my new camera would start taking effect, so you notice there's a difference in the camera. All right, so I promised you guys I was going to teach you guys how to make goat milk soap base. I think day before yesterday or so. I'm so sorry, but today we are going to make goat milk soap base. Yes, it's late, but better late than never, right? So let's head down to the kitchen. All right guys, so these are the ingredients we use in making our goat milk soap base meant for kids. This is our lye, also known as sodium hydroxide, also known as caustic soda. Because I know some people will be like, okay, how does lye look like? This is how lye looks like. All right. And we also need our goat milk, but be rest assured we are not using a cold process. That's why I can actually leave the ice here, cooling off and the rest. So we're using a hot process. The last time we used a cold process in making our goat milk, but this time we're going to use a hot process. We need our fragrance. It's a soap meant for kids, so we need it to smell really nice. And this is lavender, just 1 ml of lavender. And for your caustic soda, you use 50 gram of your lye. All right, 50 gram, 58 gram, just stay above that section, or how would I say the grammar? All right, so well, for your goat milk you'll be needing approximately 250 to 300 ml of goat milk. All right, this is your goat milk. So now we are having our carrot oil. We actually want the soap to be a lightning soap as well, so this is why we're using our carrot oil. So the carrot oil is equivalent to 80 meters of carrot oil. We're having 80 ml, while this is our castor oil. Our castor oil is approximately 120 ml. And we also use our unrefined shea butter. Now I noticed some people will be like, wow, people who are actually new into skincare anyway might be like, wow, do they really use shea butter to make soap? Yes, they do. We have shea butter and we have mango butter. They are both the same. They both weigh the same. That's 50 gram each. That's 50 gram for the shea butter, unrefined shea butter actually, and 50 gram for the mango butter. And anything that has to do with kids, make sure it's 100% organic and safe. So you can see there is no whitening additives and the rest. If it's actually going in for adult mature people, then you get to add whitening additives. But I wouldn't advise you add whitening additives when you're using butters, because it's just going to slow down the additives, and you're just going to waste your money in buying additives and you find out that it didn't work. All right, so what we're going to do now, we'll double boil this one. Let me just put you guys through and I'll show you guys how it goes. We have to double boil this. So while this oil is heating up, we have to add the other oils into it. Apart from the fragrance, we have to add the other oil into it while it heats up. Then we get to pour our lye inside. So the lye is actually going to be heating up here while we use okay, so just to give you guys a quick peek of how we're going to do it. So we're just going to double boil this because we need the oil. It has to be liquid. So we'll double boil this, we'll add the other oils into the butters, all right, to liquidate it. While we'll get water, this is approximately 300, so we'll get a little bit of water to help dissolve our lye, all right, because we can't pour in the lye into the oil like that. It doesn't make sense, all right. So we're just going to dissolve the lye with water, which we'll do right about now, and we'll let it cool off a bit. But it doesn't really matter, when it comes to hot process, there's no need to start measuring temperature and the rest. You do that when you're doing cold process. That's why you can see I'm leaving my milk to cool off. It doesn't really matter. But when you're doing cold process, you need to measure it. You measure the temperature and all that. But when you're doing hot process, it doesn't really matter. So we'll get back to you guys later. All right, so I just measured the water. I actually measured 150 ml of the water inside. Reason why I'm doing that is because we also have water here, so we do not want to start putting too much water and in the end it won't actually end up forming into a solid soap. So we're just going to add our lye into the water. and we dissolve it. Yeah, so I just had to divide the water into two, you understand? So some part will go to the goat milk, because if I should say I should use the light to dissolve the goat milk, it will burn it. All right, so we don't actually want it to burn it. That's why I'm doing all this. So I'm taking a different approach to making it. There are different approaches to making goat milk soap base. All right, and when it has to do with kids, we actually want it to be as fresh and as supple as possible. Right, so just be careful about it. You don't want it to splash on your body. That's why I'm actually taking my time to do all these things. Right, so soon enough we'll actually go double boil the oils, and we'll get moving. I would have actually liked to use crock pot, but it's pretty late. You can see I'm doing the video very late. You can see the background is dark and all that thing, so I can't do that right now. I'm so sorry. We can't use the crock pot. We'll actually use a double boiler, so it has to make it very fast. All right, so just quickly finish it, and by tomorrow I'll just show you guys how it looks like. All right, so we still have some little particles there. Let it sink in. You can just set it aside. All right, while we actually double boil the, you can see the particles. Let me bring it closer. You guys can see there's particles there. You can see, yeah, particles. You have to really dissolve it so the particles sinks in completely. All right, so we'll set this aside, and while we actually get the butters melted and the other oils. Now let's. All right, so I had to bring you guys close to my gas so we could actually see how we're gonna run or heat up the butters actually. So I just had to put on the gas, and here now the butters are actually inside the pot. So that is how you make a double boiler method. If you just join in my YouTube channel and you don't know about double boiler, well, this is double boiler. There's a pot here and there is water inside the pot, and you can see the bowl there. All right, so that is what we call double boiler method. All right, so I actually wait for it to heat up a bit. If I actually want it to heat up a bit, fine. And I can still have my oils. I need to wear my gloves because the light is still close by. All right, so I can still add my oils if I want to add my oils. It has nothing to do with anything. So some people be like, can I add the oil now? Can I do this? You can add your oil. So this is your castor oil. All right, I hope you guys got the measurements before. So this is your castor oil. Add your castor oil, and also add your carrot oil. All right, because carrot oil is actually infused oil that is actually made out of heat, so it doesn't really matter if you add it. Some people be like, if I add the carrot oil right now, won't it kill the oil? Won't it? No, it's not going to kill the oil, right? Right, so we just had to do those things, those two things, and we'll actually wait for it to the boil, and get back to you guys later. All right, so we're back here while the other one gets to heat up. We're back here, and what we'll have to do right now is to mix our goat milk. You see the ice is already going off. Well, it doesn't matter even if you put it in the heat. You know, it's heat and it will steam off. Right? You just need the goat milk to be warm. You don't need it to be hot. Okay? And here we still have to mix our lye because we just have to set it aside. It's still hot. Steamingly hot. So we just have to just keep mixing it. Alright, so we'll get back to you guys later. Alright guys, so if you guys would notice, you'd see that I changed the container. I noticed the one I was using was way too small, and I wouldn't want the light splashing on me, so this is the one I have right now, and it's not even stable. Well, we just have to cope with what we have right now. Still have a little bit of particles underneath it, and because I don't want the light splashing on me and all that, so I had to change it. So we can actually still work with this because we actually don't want to burn it. No, it's shea butter and all that, so we just have to be careful. Okay, so now we can actually include our lye into it, and we just have to quickly whisk it so it doesn't get so sticky and stuffy. Okay, I'm trying to. Sorry, we're also gonna add our goat milk. All right. Yeah. All right. Don't worry, you get to trace. I just actually didn't want to kill the goat. I didn't want to kill the milk. You can see the color right now. Exactly. Most people's goat milk don't end up being like this. There are different methods and approach to making your goat milk. So many approaches to making it. You know, for some people, after pouring the lye inside the oil, they would have added other things, like maybe if they wanted to add cocoa benzene and the rest. But this soap is for kids, so we can't be found adding something like cocoa benzene and the rest. It will not do us so much good. It's still a bit watery, don't worry, you see when it gets thick. You can see it's even a little bit before it gets burned. You can see it. Thank God. If not, our soap would have turned so brownish and you wouldn't even be able to use it. Alright, we have to set it aside for a while, then we come back and whisk it again. So hold on, let's add more of this. I think there's a little milk. Alright, so alright, at this point you just have to reduce the heat underneath it because it's really heating up, so we just have to reduce the heated alright, I just have to reduce the heat, so still continue this. Better don't pour around me. Okay, so you can see it's getting a bit thick. All right, that's exactly what we want. We want it to be thick. When it's thick, we've got into trace. That's when we can actually mold our soap. But right now, nope. And the reason why it's this color, sorry about that, and the reason why it's this color is because of the butters. You know, we use shea butter, we use mango butter and all that. So, and you know, unrefined shea butter has a color of its own. It has a color like this, so that's why we're having this color. Because if the goat milk had burnt, it won't be this color. It will actually be brownish. Yeah, dark brownish. Yeah, I don't know if I said it like darkish brown or so. All right, so yep, our soap is turning yellow, which you shouldn't let do that. So let's take off the heat and all right, we take it off from the heat and whisk. So now we're just going to whisk it again. Sorry, I'm putting on my gloves. Sorry for the lateness. I'm still going to put it in the heat too. It's just a bit too hot. Put it back. Now at this point we won't use whisker again, we just use spatula. You can see that the hot process is way more stressful than that of the cold process. But the cold process is more tactical because one, you just have to be very careful not to burn your milk. Alright, which we actually succeeded in doing just with the hot process, because now we don't have to look at any temperature whatsoever. Alright, so we'll just be doing it gradually till it gets to trace. But we'll still put it on the heat because this is a hot process, alright? So put it on the heat so it gets to trace. You see it's still watery. Just a slow unless some people like, can they still do goat milk soap base like this? Can it be done like this? Like, yes, it can. Alright, there's so many methods in making goat milk soap base. I'm trying to take off the, you can see that's to tell you that our soap is going to really be, it's going to be foamy. You can see how foamy it is. Alright, so we just have to put it back into the heat, just a little bit of steaming, and this time we won't tamper with it. Alright, so alright guys, so I had to set it aside to actually cool off a bit so it will get to trace. And now if you see it, we've actually gotten to trace. You can see how thick it is compared to then. So all we just have to do is add our fragrance, alright, and we just mix it together. And most times the fragrance tends to give it away. Give it away meaning it will still liquidate it a bit, but that doesn't matter, right? So now we'll get our mold. This is our mold. I'm sorry, the light is a bit dark, so I'm so sorry. So sorry. So okay, so you can see it. Just watch it. Look at it. It became foamy because of the ice, alright? And that was the best way to do it. And the color became like this because of the shea butter, unrefined shea butter, and how dark the oils were. So this is our spraying oil. We just have to sanitize this. You know, even if you still have the sanitation stuff there, it doesn't matter. It's our spraying alcohol to help disinfect our. Right. So here. Okay. Okay. We'll have to get a separate mold for this one, which I will try and get maybe a plastic or bucket. Let me get new. Alright, so I just had to get another soap base, so I just have to spray this one also with spraying alcohol. Just alright, just to disinfect it. Alright, okay, so You have to really mix it again because it's already getting thick. And the thickness is what people call trace. I don't know who actually gave you that name, you know. Okay, so another one here. Another one here. All right, so you see the down part is already forming. Okay, so okay, that's that, and yeah. Due to the foamy aspect of it, you still have to spray it so as for it not to cause any sort of infection whatsoever. Right, so okay, you see after spraying it with spraying alcohol, you can see how it's folding off all the foamy aspects. All right, and yes, spraying alcohol is actually very good for your soaps, very good for cream soap, very good. All right, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. All right guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video I just showed you guys. I bet some people will be like, do they really use shea butter or mango butter to make soap? Yes, they do. The only difference is the soap might not really lather up that much, which is really good. But from the soap we made, you can see that there's a bit of lather. That was why I didn't add too many oils into it. I had to use the shea butter, which is going to help in moisturizing the skin of the kid, and also mango butter, which will help in replenishing his skin. You know, when you actually want to make soap or cream or oils or ointments for kids, you have to be careful. You have to consider how delicate their skin is. You can notice we didn't use any harsh product. We didn't use any harsh oil like lemon oil. You shouldn't be found using that for your kids. It's a bit harsh. It's even harsh on my skin that I have a sensitive skin, so I shouldn't be found using that on kids. If you notice, I didn't use coconut oil. You guys would have said, Mickey, why didn't you use coconut oil? Well, I don't want the kid to eat. I don't want it to darken the kids. So coconut oil tends to darken kids, all right? And that soap can also be used on the face. It can be used on the body because castor oil is very replenishing and really good on the skin. And carrot oil is good. It helps in lightening your skin, and it's actually used in cooking for different purposes. Though coconut oil can also be used for cooking, but not for all skin. You know, it's not really great for all skin. But carrot oil is really good, especially for kids. When you actually want to mix cream or mix oils or something for kids, it's really good because it helps in replenishing their skin. It helps in giving them a youthful glow, which they should have. Even as a young girl, young guy, you really need carrot oil. It's really good. And the shea butter, you know, we all know ori now. Yoruba people call it ori, unrefined shea butter. Even by the color of the shea butter, you could tell. It's, you know, when we actually liquidated the shea butter, you'd notice how dark it was. That was what got our goat milk dark. All right, but never mind. All right, because when goat milk solidifies, you'll be surprised about the color. The color would not even be dark. Exactly, to be light. So and the mango butter, you can actually, some people like, can I use avocado butter instead? I would prefer use mango butter and shea butter, all right, not avocado butter, all right, because one, your kid is not, you know, anti-aging and the rest. No, you want to use mango butter and unrefined shea butter, which is actually going to be supple and to make their skin look beautiful and vibrant. All right, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday election. All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.